Welcome, welcome. I'd like to tell a story that I've spoken once or twice before. So, when I was little, maybe 8 or 9 years old, something like that, my father used to take us to concerts. He loved music. And there was a concert we were at, a Pete Seeger concert in Central Park in New York. And a big storm came in. It was an outdoor concert, and there was no overhead for the singer. And it began in the beginning to rain lightly, and people began leaving. And then it slowly started raining harder. And then it just started to pour. And the crowd, there were thousands, ended up being a handful of people, maybe 15 people staying. And he just kept singing in the pouring rain. And everybody began to dance. And there was such an aliveness that has never been experienced by me in a concert. It's like everyone was making eye contact and singing, and the life of the music was just coming incredibly alive. And the musician and the singers were all equally part of it. It was no longer about the performance, the singer's performance, but everybody became the music. And it was this wild celebration. Satsang is like this. It is not about the figure that is speaking. It's about the music that lives in the silence, that when we all celebrate in it equally, becomes ecstatic. This journey is never about someone. Why? Because someone is an appearance of the egoic mind. So long as there is the experience of two, there is going to be ups and downs with frequent turbulence. But two is imagined. It's created in the mind. Like a dream at night is created in the mind. In the dream, you may be doing something beautiful or something horrible. But when you wake up, you do not blame the character in the dream. People get this at different levels. When you really get it, the living, the waking dream and the sleeping dream are the same. They're the same. In the waking dream, you are given the possibility to discover the wholeness of who you are, which is the wholeness of totality, through the experience of the daydream, which is a constant pull of attention based on old conditioned habits that repeat themselves. But it's all a dream. Where does this daydream, the realm of experience, from where does that come? From where does it come? You can feel it. And then the dream is recognized to be a dream. You can feel the infinite nature of your being, which is never touched, which is immaculate. The habit is to be identified, creating the experience of me and other. It's like the magic of that Pete Seeger concert was when everybody left and the few people remaining were dancing. They were equally part of the celebration of the music. The oneness was felt. The reality of one. There is no more control over the external actions in this daydream as there is control over the external actions in a nighttime dream. There are many that get tastes of this, but it's about living out of this. It's about holding the intention to live out of this instead of being bound to a dream created by egoic tendencies that are then offered up with different players trying to pull the attention in. But what I am speaking about is that a separate individual is imagined. Someone choosing is imagined. We spend so much time speaking about looking for the chooser, and then something comes up in the play, and that habit is grabbed, and all of a sudden you are pulled into the play of karma, which is always trying to solve a problem or improve something. But it's all being played. You look for from where it is coming, and you discover the self, the wholeness, the silence that is never touched. You begin to have a shift in identity from the character driven by karma in the dream to the feeling of silence, which is unbounded. And the feeling of silence is the feeling of love. And this love is untouched. And as you fall into it more deeply, the symbolism in the dream begins to shift and change. But it's no longer about that. It's about the celebration of who you are. And then this celebration electrifies because it's one thing, and all of consciousness celebrates, and you feel it. You feel the celebration of the infinite nature of consciousness. The details that appear in the daydream as important or just as important as the appearance of details in a dream 3 weeks after it happened. What matters is reality. Reality is always now. Now has no past nor future, but it is felt as your own existence, as your own existence without an identity or a story. In this feeling, there is no separation. When it is tasted, it is so clear that this is reality. It's what's always here now. Just to let the mind relax. Just to let the mind relax. And feel yourself. Feel the aliveness of yourself in the taste of unity. You feel yourself everywhere in everything. And then the taste is harmony and beauty, where the subtle body of yours, the light body, is connected to all life. And the taste of this is such exquisite beauty. It carries a vibration of aliveness. And it's right here. And this is the only thing that matters. Getting hung up in particulars is just a carrot that has the potential of drawing you in to identification with a dream character that is experienced as being real. Ultimately, the seeing is, it's not about what the mind calls me. It's not about what the mind calls you. It's not about the mind. It's about the feeling of the heart. That's the sum total of it. When you are drawn into it deep enough, you would never ever leave because you're living in absolute beauty. The movements of the form get turned over. The experience of doing evaporates, and the unity in all things is felt. We are all equal players. We are all equal. We are actually all the same. And then there is imagination. The degree of the habit of indulging imagination determines the taste. The taste is only now. It is the most safe and beautiful, sacred possibility that is always available. Knowing yourself is knowing nothing. Not buying a single belief, letting phenomena arise and dissolve, and living in the unknown, which means no mind. And then you discover the beauty.